The near-Earth flyby of large asteroids, as well as the numbers of atmospheric meteor explosions, are happening more frequently with each passing year. The number of actual fireball sightings has increased exponentially since the year 2011, with 2019 on track to break the previous year's total sightings. The numbers of NEOs has also increased exponentially in the past 2 decades, with at least 1,800 considered as potentially dangerous to Earth. On November the 11th, a flaming rock streaked across the nighttime sky over Missouri. The jaw-dropping meteor fireball was spotted from Columbia to St. Charles County and into the city of St. Louis before disappearing into the night over the famed Gateway Arch. The slow-moving meteor began to emerge at roughly 8:45 p.m. Central Time, with some residents reporting that the flashing rock was accompanied by the sound of a loud boom. According to the American Meteor Society, the fireball was witnessed by residents across 13 central and midwestern states. Our planet appears to be entering into a sector of space with a high density of cosmic debris. Yet another large asteroid, this one measuring between 360 and 780 feet in diameter, flew past Earth on November the 13th, traveling at a speed of nearly 65,000 miles per hour. The space agency kept a close eye on this space rock because of its classification as a near-Earth object. This asteroid came within 4 lunar distances of the Earth, which is relatively close in space terms. What is so concerning about these NEOs is that the slightest change in their trajectory could spell real trouble for planet Earth. Nowadays, it seems as if we are bombarded by stories of close encounters with asteroids from a variety of astronomical institutions. Thanks to advanced technology, it has become much easier to detect or discover thousands of asteroids within the main belt or inside the orbit of Mars. But they weren't always that easy to detect. And even today, there are some space rocks that avoid detection right up until the moment of their flyby. In the year 1900, asteroid discoveries numbered in the hundreds, but by the year 1950, that number had multiplied to almost 2,000, including several that crossed Earth's path. By the turn of the millennium, the number had reached a staggering 86,000. A current map of known asteroids in the inner solar system has now reached into the hundreds of thousands, including objects ranging from a few meters all the way up to the size of a dwarf planet. To say that these are dangerous times would certainly be an understatement. The number of known asteroids at points in time over the past 20 years is quite astonishing, as depicted in this solar system animation. We are often mesmerized by the spectacles that appear in the sky, whether they be small or large. They almost always strike our curiosity. But back in the 19th century, an event took place from the sky that virtually terrified all those who witnessed the event. On November the 12th of the year 1833, a calm and clear evening sky exploded as meteors rained down upon America's deep south. Plantation owners and workers alike had thought that the world was about to end. A Victorian astronomer named Agnes Clerk described that special evening in her journal. She went on to write that the sky was scored in every direction with shining tracks and illuminated with majestic fireballs. In Alabama, the Florence Gazette newspaper described the event as thousands of luminous bodies shooting across the firmament in every direction. Along the banks of the Missouri River, Mormons who were persecuted and driven from their homes watched the meteor storm, as Joseph Smith, the founder of the Church of Latter-day Saints, wrote in his diary, proclaiming the event as a sign of the Second Coming. On that night, several Native American nations observed the celestial spectacle, some of them resetting their calendar to commemorate the grand event. It was such an extraordinary occurrence in many places that paintings depicting the scene provided a glimpse into what many thought was the Judgment Day. The riveting story now retold of one African-American slave woman named Amanda Young, in her own words, describes the event. Big stars coming down real close to the ground, and just before they hit, they would burn up. We were all scared. Some of the folks were screaming, and some were praying. We all made so much noise. The white folks came out to see what was happening. They looked up, and then they got scared too. The white folks started calling all of us together to tell us who our mothers and our fathers were, who they had been sold to, and where. They made sure we knew what had happened. They thought it was the Judgment Day. The meteor event of 1833 is an incredible story of an event that sparked fear in the souls of all those who witnessed it. But that night of the falling stars also established a desire for moral restitution. In the 186 years since the Leonids put on that spectacular show across the Deep South, it is still being remembered as the night the stars fell from the sky. Every year in mid-November, we pass through the tremendous meteor cloud left behind by the comet Tempel-Tuttle. Every year can be seen impressive displays. But it's every 33 years that this comet makes its orbit around the sun, leaving behind more cosmic debris. Like that night so long ago when the stars fell to Earth, there will be another meteor storm displaying thousands of streaks of light throughout the night. The next one predicted to occur in the year 2034. When that moment arrives, there will be people from all around reporting their experiences. In these tumultuous times, always remember to look ahead. People who look down never gain the beauty of the sky or the knowledge it contains. They will not know the setting of the stars or be uplifted by its shining light. It will serve you well if you can get your eyes off the ground and look upwards.